Welcome back to Confident You podcast with me, your host, Marian Swingler. I'm honored for you to be here in the studio with me. I'm here to bring you tools, tactics, and just the things that you'll need to build that confidence within you, to build that confidence from your point of pain, to build your confidence from your point of pleasure. See, there are things that you enjoy doing, but you may be a little embarrassed about sharing those things with people or having people see those things. So you want to build your confidence there, but you definitely want to build those tips, tools, and tactics in the area of your potential. Confidence in your potential is very vital for you to live out the purpose that is set forth in your life. So tonight, I'm very honored that I have a guest here that is going to help in the area of business launching. Very exciting. It's something that is, I can say that a lot of people are venturing out on now. So I feel like this discussion is very pertinent to have now. So who I'm going to bring forth, she is amazing, to say the least. I really have gleaned a lot from her. I'm honored that she's here with us. This is someone that can share a wealth of knowledge on business launching. So this is my friend, Griselda Martinez, and she is the founder of Ascendio. She's going to correct me if I'm saying this. Ascendio Strategies. She'll correct me. It's me. It's not her. And she holds her doctorate degree in economics development, which is definitely hand in hand with entrepreneurship. That's kind of the foundation of this country, that entrepreneurship kind of builds the economy that we live in. So as a business coach, mentor, and strategist, Griselda inspires and guides visionary entrepreneurs and change makers into action. And she's been doing this for 10 years. So why hesitate any longer? Let me bring to the stage our special guest for the evening, Griselda Martinez.
How are you, dear friend, Marianne?
Hi, how are you?
I am doing great. I am honored to be here, and thank you for that kind introduction. I am super excited to be here, share knowledge, but also be here sharing the stage, which is something really amazing to be doing.
Wow. And I really do thank you for taking the time out today. I know that you had your own busy schedule. Why don't you just share just briefly what you did earlier today with everyone?
Yes, Marianne, thank you. Well, today has been a really busy day for me, very productive day for me. I in the world of business, there are a lot of pieces to the puzzle.
Yes.
And in my own business, I am expanding into having a community for my clients, a virtual community. And so that they started with working on my community and making it even stronger. Then it followed up with my own podcast recordings that will be launching at the end of this month. And the name of that podcast is Unexpectedly Successful.
Yes.
And this is showcasing successful business women who have found their business to create their own path to possibilities and financial freedom. So cool. I'm excited to share with you later on.
I'm excited.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome. If you could, I know I shared a little bit about you. If you could share just a little bit about you with the audience.
Well, as you mentioned, I have a doctorate in economic development, and there are crazy people out there who go into having a doctorate in that field. Economic development is basically considering opportunities for any community to be better off with strategies focusing on different sectors. It can be businesses, it can be health, it can be infrastructure, it can be many different things. My focus has been for the last 13 years in entrepreneurship, small business, and workforce development. And so I'm very excited to be in this stage of my career. I launched my own business in 2021 in the economic development consulting world. And last year, I expanded to do business coaching, which is economic development at a very micro level, working directly with individuals. And this was a love that I found right before I started my doctorate. And I worked on that for several years. And now I have rediscovered it. And I'm just having a blast.
Yes. Yes. So that business that you start, I got it this time. Haciendo strategies.
Haciendo strategies. Yes.
Haciendo strategies. Yes, I got it this time. That is awesome. 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 I'm excited to get into the great work that you're starting. Also a new leg of that. So I'm very excited about that. But, there was someone that we know that just wanted to drop in and share with the people just a little bit about you. So if we could bring our friend Ruth.
OMG! This is a surprise, audience, okay? Just so you know, these three minds have been very hardworking for the last year and a half, and I'm very excited to have Ruth here. I don't know what she's gonna say, but it's gonna be good.
Ruth Abigail Smith, welcome to Confident You Podcast. How are you?
I am great, y'all. This is so exciting. Seeing both of y'all right here. I'm over here cheesing the whole time. I can't nobody see me, but Marion, I'm clapping. I'm so excited.
Yes.
This is just, man, this is a great moment. This is a great moment.
Yes, it is.
Agreed.
We are here. Well, in this moment, center stage is Griselda.
Yes.
So if you could share.
For those that will get to know her, when you call her and contact her, Griselda is honestly, I've known Griselda for about a year and a half. And one of the things I admire most about her, honestly, is that of her persistence and her commitment. I mean, when she says she's for you, she is for you. I mean, there have been, I have asked her advice for things. I've asked her for feedback, and she doesn't send me a text. She sends me 12 texts that are this long, because she really has put thought into what she's saying, and she's honest, and it's helpful, and she really cares, and she really wants people to win. She has been the lifeblood of this relationship that we have, and that has really helped us all to propel forward. So, honestly, you want this woman in your corner.
Yes.
You want her in your corner. And, you have been a blessing to me.
Yeah. Same here.
Wow.
So we know that you're venturing out. I wondered, before you go, Ruth, is there any way you could share someone's takeaway from working with Griselda?
I sure will. So for those of you, she has a website, and I don't know, whenever that information comes out, make sure to go to it. But I'm just going to highlight a few things that other people have said about experiencing Griselda's coaching. All right. So literally, first thing on the page, Griselda is remarkable. All right. She has the ability to listen, ask strategic questions, resulting in this person being able to put into perspective what seemed to be a bunch of scattered thoughts and ideas. Like, she helped her organize her thoughts. Griselda's amazing. She helped me gain clarity of purpose. She's a fire starter, is what someone has said. When I started to work with Griselda, I envisioned my own business, but needed more direction and joy in what I was doing. So Griselda's bringing fire, she's bringing joy, she's bringing organization, she's bringing direction, and this is directly from people that's worked with her. So this is what people are saying. So that's it, and that's my experience.
Yes. Same here. Same here. Same here. Ruth, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely.
You're
I
awesome,
appreciate
Ruth
you.
Abigail. This was a great surprise, Marianne.
Yes. 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 Yes.
I love
All right. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
it.
Right. Bye. All right. So, all right. Back to the guest on the floor right now.
That was a good move, Marianne.
Yes, I just wanted to celebrate you. Just to have someone just show up and tell who you are, the character of you, and to read some of the testimonies from people that have had the honor and privilege of working with you. So I'm saying working with you, and I've told everyone that. So let's get into what it is that you do. But first, I want to go with what it is that you have done in the past. Like, where did you start? Where are you from? Things like that.
So I was born and raised in Mexico, in the northern part of Mexico, in a town of about 100,000 people. Fun fact, where Pancho Villa was killed, and the name of the town is Parral, Chihuahua. So if you look for where Pancho Villa was killed, you're going to find my hometown. And I was born in a family of entrepreneurs. My mother as a teacher, the steady income, the strong foundation. My dad launched his own business, and it was the way of us having just our income. We were 5 kids at that point, and I really saw firsthand how my dad grew his business from a lumber business to expanding it to a trucking business, to then do parts because the trucks broke down. Okay. And so this strategic thinking, it was something that I saw firsthand and experienced from very early age. And regardless of my degrees, I think that was the strongest foundation for me and what I'm doing right now.
Okay. That was the strongest foundation for you and what you're doing now. So how did that foundation get you to today? How did you go from that parenting foundation to today? Take us on that journey.
So my mother was a teacher, right? And so she instilled the love of education as a leverage point to get places. And that's what I show on my degrees, right? On the other side, I saw the impact that my dad's business had in the people he employed, in their families, the people that he served as his clients, and also the wisdom that he shared and he still shares with his surroundings, and just building a community, building people. And so when I said that my dad's business was the source of money for the house, he created the own opportunity that was not being given to him. And so the core of the business part that I'm doing now is exactly that. I work with women entrepreneurs who are wanting to create their own business, and for whatever reason, whether fears or lack of knowledge or lack of understanding, things that they may not fully understand, and it's just so much to digest and take the next step, I help these women launch and grow their own business. And I do this utilizing my C4+1 method. And the C's stand for clarity, because you need to clarity. You need to know where you're going to get there. Number 2 is confidence. One of my great mentors say, you cannot get it right if you see it wrong. So you need to be confident. So therefore, Confident You podcast, right? Number 3 is the reason for somebody starting their own business is to have sales. And the only way to do that is to get clients. So C3 is clients. And a very important component that we often minimize or don't fully understand the importance of it is a community. So the C4 is a community. And as you saw earlier, the community that we have created among these people, these ladies here, has meant so much to me. And it's not unique to me, but it's in anybody's position to be surrounded by people who support you, who give you feedback, who give you answers. And often the solutions to your problems are through somebody else.
Yeah.
And so that's my C4. And the +1 is those women like you, like Ruth Abigail, where they are bringing all this wealth of information, lived experiences, all this passion to do something, and they are already doing it as an employee, in a different way, utilizing that in a different way. And this is just transferring all that knowledge and putting it into this perspective of becoming a business owner.
Very good. Wow. So let's start with that clarity component. How do you help people get that clarity?
All right. Well, I have different techniques, but today I'm going to focus in one, and I'm going to ask the audience to work with me.
All right.
So the first thing is, what are the things that you are telling yourself? Meaning, because we talk to ourselves often, right? When we're in silence, we are talking to ourselves with the thoughts coming to our mind. So what are you telling yourself? Is it thoughts of, I can't do this, I don't know enough, I'm too busy, I don't have time, I don't have the resources, I am fearful, and many other thoughts that come to my mind. So I'm going to give you a moment, and please be honest and catch the thought that you most often tell yourself that is stopping you from taking the next step. So are you ready for number 2? Okay. So the next step I'm going to ask you to do is to create a statement. And that thought that you wrote down or you thought about, I want you to flip it and to say, what is it that I want to be? Make it a positive statement by saying, I can do it, I will get there, I am strong, I am smart, I am bright, I am hard worker, etc. Any statement that defeats this negative thought. So that's step 2. And I'm going to give you a few moments for that too. All right. Step number 3, which is very powerful. And please, if you are in a position where you can get a piece of paper, please do that, and a pencil, pen. If you have your phone nearby, please take wherever you take notes, or if you have your computer in front of you, create a new document, because I am going to ask you to do something that is going to be transformative in your life. And I'm going to give you an example of that on my own. As I said earlier, I started recording my own podcast this morning. And I'm going to share that in my grateful journal, a year ago, March 29 of 2022, a dear friend of mine and colleague said, I think you would do a great job creating a podcast to share the wisdom that you get from the day-to-day to help others get to clarity. So fast forward, March 7th of 2023, I will go and open this book and I find that statement. So in my mind, I had already wrote it down, and my mind worked to accomplish that. And almost a year later, here I am launching my own podcast. So this important piece that I'm going to ask you to write is called a letter to myself, to my future self. And it's going to be a letter for you in a year from now. So 12 months from now, you're going to tell yourself the following. Dear, in my case, Griselda, I am congratulating you for all the accomplishments that you've had during this last 12 months. And I'm going to give you time to just brainstorm on what is it that you want to accomplish in 12 months from now, from which you're going to feel so proud and so accomplished that you're going to be telling yourself all of those things in congratulations to you. So what is it that you want to accomplish in the next 12 months that you're going to be celebrating with your future self? I'm going to give you a few minutes. So if we were live, I would be asking people questions of what is it that you're writing? Because I am so excited to hear what you envision about yourself. And then the last thing that I'm going to ask you to do is, once you have this letter for your future self, is I want you to read it every night before you go to bed. Every night before you go to bed. And the brain is so powerful that the last thing that you read at night or that you see at night is what it stays in our mind to be processed. So I am gonna be so conscious of that my mind is gonna work towards accomplishing that. And from my methodology, the clarity comes from casting a vision, from digging into what I really want without considering those fears, those doubts, those things that are stopping us from taking steps forward. So, number one, please collect what is the thought that you have about yourself in the negative that is stopping you. Number two, make a statement of what is it that you want to do or to be or to have in the positive. And then number three is write a letter to your future self a year from now, telling yourself how proud you are of all the accomplishments that you have had in those 12 months. And that is one of the exercises, Marianne, that I walk with my clients. As I said, I would challenge people if we were interacting or in person. Right. And I would also make sure that my clients set mini milestones. So yes, that big vision, break it. We create milestones that are doable, okay, that they are able to accomplish. If they have lack of information or they are not connected to the adequate resources, then we work together to fill in those gaps. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that I know it is very scary as a business owner is to be talking about things that we don't know. Yes. And it's like, I don't even know what questions to ask. Yes. Right? And so the space we create, and that's why the community is so important, it's a safe space in which you can say, hey, I don't know what this is about. Can somebody help me? Either yes, myself or the peers. There is so much information and experience that it's a growing process every single day, every single conversation. And the accountability piece is so crucial. And I'll give you an example. When I was fearful yesterday of going live and doing my podcast, what did I do? I put it on the chat in which I know people will hold me accountable and say, I am going live. Please hold me accountable and check on me. Yeah. And it's so strange that it sounds so simple, but it's such a powerful thing to do. So that's a little bit of the work that we do together with my clients, Marianne.
Yes, I'm excited about that list. I'm going to finish working on my list so that when I read those things, I'm reading the list of things that I'm going to actually congratulate myself on next year. And you're right, those things would stay on your mind and you'll actually start to devise plans to get Correct. To those things. So how do you help your clients what is it that they're able to walk away with? What is that thing that you're able to help them flush out and walk out into the world and implement?
Yes. So one crucial piece that is foundational for me is not only my clients become more confident in their capabilities and knowledge after they get the clarity, but they also know what to do next. So we work together to craft a blueprint in which there is almost like a recipe for them to just continue to take next steps. And I'm not saying that's a bulletproof, but it is a roadmap that they will implement, that is doable, that is not overwhelming, that is not this massive piece of information that is like, so now what? But in the opposite, it's something very actionable, very concrete, and they understand the importance of each step as they continue to move forward. And so that blueprint, one of the things that I do is I check on my past clients. I just had a conversation last Monday with a past client, and we worked together for about 4 months, and she has continued to make progress, and the financing was a stopper for her. And this time allowed her to mature her ideas and her way of approaching this challenge. And she went back to one of our conversations in which I say, she wants to do a brick and mortar salon, and she wanted to build it from the bottom up. And in one of the conversations was, what if you, instead of building it from ground up, leased a space that was already a salon,
right?
And that would decrease the initial investment drastically.
Yes.
And it would shorten the time for you to actually go live and get sales, which is the most exciting part of owning a business, your first sale.
Yes.
And so when I checked with her this week, she told me that she is going to launch and open her doors by May of this year.
Awesome.
So that was super exciting to hear. But I love to just continue to hear the success stories of my clients.
Yes.
And if they have challenges as they continue to grow, I'm here for them. Yeah. And because this entrepreneurship thing is not an overnight thing.
Right.
And a lot of effort and energy it's required. So I'm here to help.
Yes. I like that you use the term a roadmap. The blueprint that you give them is a roadmap, because sometimes you think you're going one way, but then the circumstances cause you to go another way. And since it's a roadmap, what do? You put in those contingency plans? Can they come back and check? And how do they do that?
I'm sorry, the audio is breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. So the roadmap kind of gives you an opportunity to have contingency plans just in case there's a roadblock on the way that you're going.
Yes.
Just, so how can they check back? Can your clients check back in with you? What is the process? How do you help them to think through that?
Yes. One component is not only
the headphone is breaking up.
Can you hear me there?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, yes. So one very important part of coaching, which is what I do, part of what I do, is to not only consider the goals, but also consider the barriers that we are going to encounter. Because one thing is for us to have a very wishful thinking approach, right? And everything is going to go perfect and all these beautiful things will come to fruition. And then when you start implementing, all these challenges come your way.
Right.
And whether it's related to our own personal pieces, technology, funding, family, you name it. So in the coaching, one of the things that we do is actually when we set those milestones and those mini goals is to go through it and say, what do you consider is going to be a barrier for you to accomplish this goal?
Okay.
And when they start thinking about those barriers, and they actually, my clients come up with real things that are applicable to their lives.
Right.
And so the next step to that is to challenge them to create solutions that will not only tackle getting to that goal, but tackling that barrier that will probably come up.
Right.
And so that is another technique that is so important to keep things real.
Okay.
Because again, entrepreneurship, it's not an overnighter,
right,
and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of persistence, and a lot of things may go wrong. And the one that I can think of right now is technology. Technology is great until it's not. But maybe family issues, maybe work issues, maybe changes of how you are budgeting, etc. But how are we going to make a plan before we're in crisis mode to implement it, knowing what we will do when that moment comes?
Very good. That is very, very helpful. So everything that you have been talking about, how you help people, it would be awesome if by chance you were actually allowing people to come and experience working with you.
This conversation is super timely because it's been a lot of things going on.
Okay.
Right now, Marianne, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna open up these two things for your audience because I want them to take next steps.
Okay.
And if you're a woman out there looking for answers and you don't know where to go, you don't know what next step to take, the first thing is I'm going to invite you to visit my website. It's Her Path to Purpose and Profit. Her Path to Purpose and Profit. You are going to be able to find a downloadable document there that is titled Maximizing Your Profit. Cash is king. And one of the key issues in small businesses and startups is not only sales, but how you're managing the incoming money and the outflowing money. And so that gives you the cash flow. And so I am going to offer this for free for anybody who goes onto my website right now and checks this out. That's the first one. The second opportunity that I have that I'm very excited about is I am offering a free masterclass that is actually going to be 4 different sessions working with me in a group setting. And this is going to be totally free of charge. And it's going to be being able to access online courses, group coaching, and the community that I talked about before. And you, woman, aspiring entrepreneur, can be part of this by doing the following. I need you to answer.
You said free?
Free.
You said
no cost.
Free.
No price.
No price. Just show up and you're there to help.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I heard it. I apologize.
It's going to be 4 sessions. It's going to be 4 live sessions. It's going to be access to the community. It's going to be accessing online courses. And it's going to be accessing myself and your peers. So you automatically will become part of this community. What you need to do is go and find me on Instagram at Her Path to Purpose and Profit. And please find me and make a comment answering the following question. What is the number one challenge for you that is stopping you from starting your business? What is the number one challenge for you that is stopping you from launching your business? So sign up, look at, go and follow me on Instagram, And then comment, what is your number one challenge that is stopping you from starting your own business? And you can be part of this masterclass that is actually going to be masterclasses. So I am looking forward to seeing you and for you to be able to take advantage of this opportunity.
That is awesome. You guys heard it here. You heard it here live. She said free. She said free help, free assistance, free community, free information. That is so awesome to launch that business that you have, that idea that you want to flush out. There is help here. There is help. Griselda, I want to thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I just wanted to know, do you have any confident keys to launching your business that you would
do
like
it
to share?
Afraid.
That's the confident key?
Do it afraid.
Do it afraid. Wow.
Do it afraid.
So whatever that is, stop thinking those thoughts and just do it. Do it afraid.
Being courageous does not mean the absence of fear. It means doing it despite the fear.
See, and you saying that brings me back to confident. Most people think that confidence means that you're just exuding confidence. No, the confidence is the belief in you, the faith in you that I can do this. I can do this. So I hope that everyone found tonight very helpful. I just want to take the opportunity to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and help. And I'm so honored that you're sharing what you have going on with my audience so that they can launch their business. If they already have a business, this sounds like this would be excellent as well, because I know a lot of people have started businesses during the pandemic. I mean, it's gone up. They said during the pandemic, it went up 1.7 million applications more of people that were starting their own business. So taking the opportunity that you're giving for new business owners or prospective business owners to be in a community where you can have your questions answered and someone can walk the process with you, alongside you, is very, very honorable, admirable. It is that it's excellent, great, and I'm excited for people to be able to have that community, because it's something to go and file your LLC and start to do the processes. And then you're like, some people are kind of stuck. I know for me, that was a thing. I was like, okay, so wait, what's next?
What
so
do I
to
do
have
next?
a group to take that question for what's next to, that's awesome. So everybody,
Marianne,
yes.
And based on what you said about existing business owners, this approach is applicable whether you are starting the business from scratch or you're expanding into a new market, you have a new product. It's the same approach that we can replicate, just in a different stage of the business. So this is for aspiring entrepreneurs and business owners who are looking to expand into new products or new markets.
Wow. Awesome. 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 All right, you guys, you heard it here first. Thank you, Griselda, for taking the time. All right. See you next time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. It's been an honor to be here with you and being able to offer these tips to the audience.
Yes. All right. So everyone, please take this opportunity to take a picture of how you can go to her Instagram and answer that pertinent question. What are the things that you think are stopping you from starting your business? Put that in the comments so that you can be a part of this free 4-day mastermind. And definitely do not hesitate to go to her website and subscribe so you can find out what else she has coming out. But definitely get that Cash is Kings. You got to download that to find out what to do with that money flow, because apparently working with Griselda is going to get your money to flowing. So I just want to thank you guys for coming here tonight. Confident You podcast is definitely here to build up. So that's what we're here to do. I thank you for joining us. See you guys next time.